Have you ever just stopped to think about it? About this invisible connection that ties every single living thing together on our planet? Well, in this explainer, we're going to unravel that amazing biological web.
I mean, what on earth could connect a massive whale in the deep ocean to a tiny bee buzzing around a garden? It sounds like a riddle, right? They're worlds apart. But believe it or not, the connection they share is way deeper than you might think. So let's dive in and find out what it is.
Okay, so to even begin to answer that, we've got to zoom all the way out. We have to start with the biggest picture possible, our shared home. You know, the one and only place in the entire known universe where a question like this can even be asked. Seriously, just pause for a second and let that sink in. Out there, in all that silent, empty space, we live on this vibrant, living oasis. I'm talking from the deepest parts of the ocean to the tippy tops of mountains, millions of species, and yeah, that includes us. We all share this one precious home. It's like we're all roommates on a cosmic scale, which is a pretty wild thought.
All right, so now that we have that big picture, let's do the opposite. Let's zoom way in. I mean, from the scale of our whole planet right down to the microscopic level. We're on the hunt for a kind of hidden code, a secret language that actually unites every single one of these species.
And no, this isn't a language of sounds or words you could speak. It's something much more fundamental. It's a language written into the very core of every cell in every living thing. It's basically the blueprint that nature has been using for, well, billions of years.
So what is it? It's DNA. That's the language. Think of it as the ultimate instruction manual. It's what tells a giant sequoia tree how to grow so tall, or a fungus how to break down a fallen log, or even your own heart how to beat. But here's the really incredible part. We all use the same manual. Get this. See that number, around 99%? That's roughly how much DNA we humans share with chimpanzees. It's just a stunning reminder that we all have shared origins. But it goes so much deeper than that. We share common genes with creatures that seem totally different from us, like a fruit fly. It's proof that all life on Earth really does branch from the same ancient family tree.
Okay, so we've established that we all share this fundamental biological code. But how does that code actually create the world we see around us every day? Well, it builds one of the most complex, most beautiful structures you can possibly imagine: nature's intricate web.
And that's such a powerful way to think about it. Just picture a huge, intricate spider's web. Every single thread is a different species, and they're all connected. If you were to touch just one thread, you'd feel the vibrations ripple across the entire structure. And that's pretty much exactly how life on Earth works.
And here's a perfect example of how that web functions in this beautiful, continuous cycle. You've got plants creating food and the very oxygen we breathe. Then you have insects, like that bee we talked about at the very beginning. They pollinate the plants, allowing them to reproduce. Animals come along and spread the seeds to new places. And finally, tiny little microbes in the soil enrich it, recycling nutrients to start the whole process all over again. It's amazing.
And here's the really crucial point. The more threads you have in this web, what scientists call biodiversity, the stronger the whole thing becomes. A healthy ecosystem is a lot like a really well-built structure. It can handle challenges, It stays stable and resilient, making sure the entire system can keep on thriving. So where do we fit into all of this? I think it's easy for us to feel like we're just observers, kind of standing on the outside looking in on nature. But the truth? It's much more intimate than that. We have a place right in the middle of it all.
And this is such a critical idea to really let sink in. We are not separate from this web. We aren't its managers, we aren't just visitors. We are a thread woven right into it. And that means our actions, they send vibrations across the entire system.
This connection isn't just some poetic, nice-to-think-about idea. It's incredibly practical. Our very survival depends on it. Everything we need, clean air to breathe, clean water to drink, fertile soil for our food, a stable climate, it all comes directly from the health of this web. Our well-being is completely, totally interwoven with the well-being of our planet. And so, here we are. We've kind of come full circle. We started with the massive scale of our planet. Then we zoomed into the tiny code of DNA. Then we saw how it builds this intricate global web. And finally, we found our own place within it. And it all leads back to one simple but incredibly powerful idea. So, let's go back to that first question. What connects a whale in the ocean to a bee in a garden? Well, the answer is everything. The ancient DNA they share, the planet they both call home,
The interconnected web that supports them both, and of course supports us too. It's all part of one single, magnificent system.
One Earth, the one home we all share. And in a very real biological sense, one life, a single life force that flows through every living thing on it. And really, understanding that connection, that might just be the most important thing any of us can do.